What's up, guys? Adam here from my Houston area backyard garden. With the COVID-19 crisis going on, many people are considering starting a garden for the very first time. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys 5 tips you guys should consider when starting your very first victory garden. And stay tuned towards the end of this video where I'm going to give you a bonus tip. So the first tip is to plan accordingly. You want to find the best spot in your garden that gets 7 to 8 hours of sunlight. Ideally closer to 8 hours. But just don't check it once. You want to get there first thing in the morning when the sun rises and come back out to that same spot every 2 hours to make sure you're getting that 8 hours of sunlight. And it's okay if you get a break in between, but as long as you have about 8 hours total of sunlight that day, that's a good spot. So my second tip for beginner gardeners is to build a raised bed. Now there's many benefits to having a raised bed, but the most obvious one is that you can control the soil quality by choosing a high quality organic soil. The second benefit of having a raised bed is that it keeps your dogs out. Like this bed right here is a 2 feet high bed. So it's a lot harder for my dog to jump in this than if it was at ground level. And the third benefit of having a raised bed is that it's just simply easier to reach and easier to maintain. So my third growing tip for beginner gardeners is to figure out your growing zone. I'm in Houston, Texas, so my growing zone is zone 9A. If you're confused about this, a quick Google search with your city could be an easy way to find out what grows well in your region. Or you can take a trip to your local nursery, and I'm sure you can find someone who will be able to figure out the best variety that will grow well in your area. So my fourth growing tip for beginner gardeners is to pick foods that you actually like to eat. Don't try to pick something fancy or some exotic variety. Like I like to eat peppers and tomatoes. So I'm growing a few different varieties of tomatoes and peppers in this bed. So again, you want to pick something that you will actually eat. So my fifth tip for beginner gardeners is to consider growing in containers. Whether you're growing in raised beds and you want a little extra space, or if you're on a patio or an apartment balcony, you should definitely consider containers. Now containers are great. You can grow a lot more food than you would be able to otherwise. Like for instance, if you want to grow some tomatoes or some peppers, you should consider picking up some 19-inch pots. So now for that bonus tip. If you guys have any broken pots, don't throw them away. There's many creative things you guys can do with broken pots in the garden. If you're not really sure what to do, I would do a quick Pinterest search or Google search what to do with broken pots. But this is what I have with my broken pots. You can even cover up plastic pots to make them look a little bit more presentable in the garden. So if you guys like this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel for more gardening videos.